Hello, welcome back. Yeah, so if you've seen today, we did our first day stream in a very, very long time. And very, very happy with how that went. We did an analysis on OpenAI's Atlas, which is basically ChatGPT's browser. You can think of it as such. We dug through, we found a couple of things that they use. WebSockets, nothing's encrypted, and also their UI is done in React. So +1 for React. But yeah, I think we'll be doing more day streams from here on out, because it's actually, we had more subs today on our short little stream than we get in the past couple of nights, so that's pretty good. We'll see who strolls in tonight. And we'll kick up the chat. I'll kick up Twitch first though, because Twitch is for free. Oh. I want that. I'm all set up for couch streams as well, which will be good because we've got a lot of work to do, a lot of tidying up. And we got to fire out the resume to a couple of folks. We've had some recruiters hit me up on LinkedIn, and that's a good sign, because when you apply for a job on LinkedIn, you're competing with hundreds of other people, but when the recruiters message me directly, way more likely to get a paid gig out of it. So I think we'll be all right. So Twitch is already active, but we'll restart it. Save this. And, we'll see how our day stream impacted our night stream tonight. It's possible that might slow it down, but I'm hoping not. That's pretty good. To save that, so that's good. Oh Jesus, what do the dogs do? Someone did something. Who did what? Oh jeez, that's not a good thing to fall. All right. This does need pick up tonight. We'll call this a short stream. I'm not going to be sitting around. We can get onto the day and actually get folks interacting. Be interesting to integrate another live chat. Since we don't have TikTok, we need 998 more subscribers to even begin looking at a TikTok API. We could look at Rumble just for the hell of it. Let's have a look. We may as well add something else to the plate, right? We can also finish up our Python work as well. We've got a couple of irons in the fire, as you would say. I'm actually quite motivated to do that because that's also we're bringing TypeScript and Python into the project on the server side. Let's take a look at our Pythons from links. All right, so on our Python side, our WebSockets and Python, we need to implement GPT for all prompts. Why don't we just start there? We'll make this a method. Oh, look at me, I'm bloody camel casing it already. It's Python, you dummy. Forgetting. Python is not my usual language, so I'm learning that along with you. I'll do it. Okay, so we need to extract some data from a message. Let's just remind myself. Okay. So we want to pass in our packet instead. No wonder I like Python. I'm a fan of JavaScript. Kind of makes sense. Susie Chat. Susie Chat, I'm sorry. How are you? Good to see you. Has been a wee minute. Yeah, the channel's picked up a little bit since you've last been on. Might be a wee bit quiet tonight because I did a stream earlier today, which was actually quite successful, but let me set up the chat here.
Suzacat says long time no see, and suddenly you cheat on JS. What's up?
Yeah, so we're coding some Python tonight, believe it or not. We're implementing our own GPT models locally. So instead of just relying on OpenAI or external services, we're actually implementing our own. What's up with you? Anything cool going on? So just so you know, I'm quite new to Python, so I'm going to stumble around a wee bit. Feel free to give advice as I sit here and put this together. Process prompt. And then we're going to invoke GPT here. GPT for all. We're going to take this logic that I wrote for the RESTful endpoint, aka GET request, and we're going to switch this into a WebSocket method so we can actually live stream the response back. So that's what we're in the process of doing here. Why is this double indented? It's not good. Okay, it could be right. Just like a generic handler function. Let's do that. What should we call it? I'm going to struggle a little bit with the threading here when we're implementing WebSockets, but that's alright. I'll talk you through what I suffer with. And we'll pull up some documentation in a moment, but I already know this works, so we can get a move on. We'll remove the threading until we run into the need for it. Let's just do that. Sockets. What was I doing down here, man? Incomplete. Just going to implement this in a function and then we'll invoke it in our class. So Python, when it comes to implementing AI services or fine-tuning or any of that stuff, Python is your language of choice. Probably no surprise if you know anything about AI. You'll know that already. Okay, so instead of pulling this from request to arguments, we're going to be pulling this from our WebSocket. Let's just pass that directly. Do model. Not sure how we do default parameters on Python. I don't know if that's a thing. We'll figure it out as we go. Sure, let me just see. And as usual, even though we're implementing our own AI solution here, we're not using AI to code it. I actually like learning how to code. That's the whole point of everything I do here. So Python doesn't have optional chaining or nullish coalescing operator, but That's okay. Looks like we can get away with using or here. I wonder if Python is as weird with JavaScript's very weird, very peculiar with conditionals. So, which is why you have free equality operators when you actually make a true comparison in JS. It's kind of weird. If you ask me, call this input model ID. And then we'll do input model ID or default model. Beautiful. Then we need to extract our prompt, which we will feed in right here. We'll call it prompt text. Done. Get rid of our threading lock right now. We're going to investigate if we truly need that. Because juggling threading and WebSockets, it's kind of a new thing to me, at least in Python. I've dealt with it in C#, obviously. Node.js, you don't have to worry about that at all. It's completely event-driven, asynchronous in a sense. So this is getting a little bit closer to what we need. Cool, so we guard to actually make sure it's a valid model type. If it is, we'll process the request, which is the prompt text. What we'll have to do in order to keep track of prompts so we can introduce some sort of memory of our own, when you actually implement AI inference, you're responsible for implementing your own memory in a sense, and we're just going to do that super simple. We'll just keep like the last three prompts in memory for that request, as well as the original prompt, and then that's enough to kind of fudge it. I'm quite impressed with Alibaba's Quen model. Like, it's actually, it produces usable code, so that's what we're in the process of in here. Let's see, it's got text. Folks, test out the system. It's completely driven by you. We also have a PSP I can fire up. You get an avatar on the PSP. I'm just a bloody coding machine. If you want to see this thing break, tell YouTube that more people should come on here. You know how to do that. Every char gets an avatar. 4 more subs away from 3,400. Let's get that done. Alright, I'm going to show up a code now because I actually want to complete this. So we've got 2 things we want to do with this execute GPT for all. We want to actually stream the responses back. Let me see if I can actually find any useful API documentation here. We don't want to use OpenAI, we're using our own solution here. This is all useless. We're not using bloody.
Hey.
Truex Edits, buddy. How are you? I'm struggling to find documentation for GPT for all here. But we're finishing up the Python implementation so we can get this released.
When you started?
Maybe about 20 minutes ago. We're definitely going to have to do another day stream. We had a great response from that, I think. I got caught up watching the protests that happened in the United States. I'm seeing some interesting videos on the YouTube. People are acting very, very strange.
I got a long-form content for you, beaming face with smiling eyes.
Oh, let us know, Truex. You always got the good stuff. Always got the good stuff. Three more subs till we get 3,400, guys. Let's do it. Let's hit that goal.
1 new subscriber.
As the channel grows, we'll start doing like little animations and stuff. So we'll start coding some of that as well. So you can see your input like have direct impact here, what we're doing. You know, every reason I like the day streams is like I was like on my toes, I was energetic. But it's easier to code at night, so I'm caught in a weird situation. Truex, what you got, man? I'm waiting.
How many watch time is completed? Like how many percentage are still we need to do?
So that's a great question. We've had a lot of people say they're helping us with the watch time. I can count at least 5 or 6 people just in the past couple of days that are like saying, hey, I'm watching your videos. I want to help. Let's take a look. We're 40% the way there. It sounds ridiculous. We need 2,000 more hours essentially, but all it takes is one good video or a couple of really good live streams and we could actually do it. So it's not insurmountable. Like I've had one live stream that got 100 hours just for an hour stream. 25 people watching. Folks, make sure you join that Discord. We've got a lot of great people joining the channel, helping us grow. Mainly because we do interesting stuff over here. All right, so you can await in Python these days. All right. So let's add a flag here. We're going to put streaming equals true. Is that an option? Can you do that in Python? Looks like you can. Good. That's good to know.
0.0.
Dips, hello. Good to see you here. What have you got going on? Yeah, we're working on Python tonight because we're implementing our own local AI models. And we're gonna make that available to live chat as well as Kynto, this system right here. And yeah, I'm excited.
Watch a building.
So we're essentially running AI models locally now on our own servers right here. And to interact with it, we have to write a Python wrapper. It's connecting to Kynto over WebSockets and streaming the response back and forth. So we're building a Python local GPT service. We're getting that wrapped up, and then we'll hop back into our TypeScript.
Face with tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing. The Atlas browser is trending and we definitely need to make a video or short on it.
Oh, good idea, Truex.
Must have an insane PC to handle so much things on top of local AI, lol.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be honest, if you have like a Mac that has one of the silicon chips, you can actually run a lot of these AI models, which is mind-blowing. But yeah, I do have a dedicated computer I will be running it on. Truex, what specifically do you think we should do some shorts on or a video on for Atlas? Because I did a little breakdown on the browser, which you've seen, where we went through the protocol, we identified they're using WebSockets, we identified they're using React for the UI as well. So we've learned a couple of things.
Checked out many devs making video on it, getting hundreds and thousands of views.
Bloody hell, can you send me some videos on the Discord and we'll take a quick peek, even on stream right now. Just mute them and I'll have a quick look, see what we're dealing with. Because yeah, I've never tried to, I like that, I like that. But this is our TypeScript. So we wrote an additional WebSocket server, which is going to operate inside of Kynto. And all it's going to be responsible for doing is allowing external services, external WebSocket services, like running on my local here to connect to the production server and feed data to and from it. Don't worry about the shared token. This is just temporary as we develop this. And then we'll move that into a secret server and we should be okay. We can also do IP locking and do SSH tunnel, so you can only connect in via localhost. There's a couple options we'll do to secure this, and I'll explore some of them with you on stream. And Truex, I've noticed a boost in just our...
I know the token IMA hack you. Already have CMD open.
You know, there's actually, let me see if I can remember the name of the service. Yeah, look at this. So there's a service called WSCat, which you can use in terminal to connect to WebSocket services. So we could actually use this to connect to Atlas, OpenAI's Atlas browser and kind of poke around with it. So that's what I'm using to debug. I never bothered with that before. It's kind of telnet for WebSockets. So WSCat, hella helpful. You can just install that over npm or yarn.
Check out the DM.
Checking DMs. Yeah, folks, if you want me to review stuff or you have ideas or technologies, platforms you'd like me to explore, just message us in the Discord. If you got a project, you're stuck with coding something, message me. We'll take a look. All right, taking a look.
How deep is your knowledge in LLMS and VLLMS?
No deeper than anyone else's, but part of the way I learn is by implementing their services. So that's why I went from, like, I implemented OpenAI stuff like bloody 2 years ago in Kynto, but now I'm really interested in, let me pause this real quick, really interested in what we can run locally. I've also done some machine learning stuff in browser using TensorFlow.js, which I'm going to explore in another video as well. There's actually a demo of that on my videos, I think. It might be private, it might not. Where I'm using real-time machine learning in the browser to extract my face and overlay it on the avatar in Kynto, which is kind of cool. Actually, I want to finish that. What about you, Deb? What kind of kind of experience have you got, or what kind of experience are you looking to build
As
up?
it is for Mac only, face with tears of joy not came for Windows. How they even think anything is going to work out just for Mac user. The numbers say there are 70% of Windows user in America alone.
Truex edits, that's a fantastic point. That's a fantastic point. Man, we could do a better video than this. I actually did a literal breakthrough on like what they implemented. This is ridiculous. All right, that's good to know. Let's check out the other video he dropped. It was oh, Fireship. I usually enjoy his videos. We'll see if he did anything interesting.
Windows lets you pirate on purpose, so Windows will always be higher than Mac unless they FK up big.
And they're starting to, with all the bloody integrations of Copilot windows. They're kind of making it... I still can't close the Copilot window on my streaming PC. Very annoying. Alright, what we might do, guys, we might do a dedicated stream where we review OpenAI's channel, their video on the browser, and then we'll do just a deep dive. We'll kind of do what I did before, but it'll be a little bit more streamlined, and then we'll just make a little video out of it. All these videos I've seen are between 3 to 4 minutes long. We could easily do that. I sit here and stream 3 hours sometimes, so.
What you think?
Great suggestion, Truex.
That natural voice or it's AI? LOL, it's so hard to say.
That's a great question. That's a really good one. Yeah, all the cop channels on YouTube, every one of them are a bloody AI at this point. Oh, but I like watching body cam footage, so they still get me. All right, let's look at our sub count. One more subscriber to get us to 3,400. Who's going to be the 3,400 one? And some of our recent subscribers are public. A couple of them have got like a nice amount of subscribers as well. That's pretty cool. Okay, back to work. How would we implement like a callback in Python? Let's see. I don't want this function to be responsible for populating the WebSocket, but we might. I think it'd be cleaner to do callback. Right. So nothing crazy. Some languages call them lambdas, like C# calls a callback lambda. Kind of the equivalent to an arrow function. I don't think Python supports something like that, does it? Oh, okay. You can specify return type in Python. Where you know. And you can specify. All right, we'll start specifying our types then. Cool. It's more just type hinting, but still. Is it lowercase or uppercase? It's lowercase. Let me see. Python primitive types.
I can share you something on this in some time. I have made a script by checking out most viewed videos. I checked 3 to 4 most viewed videos and completed a script. Don't know if you want to edit anything.
Man, I'm down to read a script. That sounds cool. We'll try it. You got ideas and you want to put in the work, man? There's no harm in trying. So appreciate it. Big shout out to Truex. It's like one of the biggest channel supporters. Skip the type hitting for now. Since we're doing streaming true, let's do this as a callback. So there's so many things. Like, I know how I'd code this in JS or C#, but so this is what I recommend. I recommend you still force yourself to Google and learn the basics of a language, because all the job interviews you want to go for, they're going to bloody ask you if you know how to code, and they're going to get you to prove it as well. And unless you're applying for a vibe coder job, you're not going to be able to use bloody AI. So this is what it looks like when you learn a new language, or you refresh yourself in one you've not known for a long time. Knowledge does fall away if you don't use it. Okay, so Python has a callable check. Perfect. So instead of doing streaming true, we'll literally just do on
Yes,
stream.
starting from basics is really important. Grinning face with smiling eyes.
It is, but it's surprising how little some folks appear to be doing that these days. You know what I mean? People feel like it's not important, which is so scary. Looks like Python does support named parameters. That's nice. I'm not going to rip all this apart. Don't know if this is required still, but we're about to find out. We're going to make this async. And then okay. We're going to add their token response to the stream buffer, and then we're actually going to fire it into our WebSocket. And to do that, we're not going to actually invoke our WebSocket send directly, because we're going to separate concerns here. So what we're going to do is if on stream and callable on stream, then we'll invoke this callback on stream, and then we'll be able to pass in our arguments, one of which will include the token itself. And then we're also going to need an ID to kind of specify it. So I'm thinking, are we going to have this create the ID, or are we going to pass it into it? I'm not sure, but you guys might have seen me use GUIDs. This would be a good use for that, keeping track of a request, ensuring it's completed. It'll create the GUID. When we execute this prompt, we're generating this model response, and that'll help us keep track on the front end, where this token response belongs to, so we can support multiple requests and put it where it belongs. It'll make more sense when we actually implement this in the front end. Okay, so let's just rename this to async execute GPT all. So it's completely clear what this does here. We won't be returning anything, I don't think. Well, we do need some type of way.
AI known as Perplexity AI also launched an AI browser which is literally same to Atlas. It's like Atlas copied from them, rolling on the floor laughing face with tears of joy.
I think we actually checked out Perplexity AI in a streaming episode as well. Someone did bring it up. Thank you for reminding me. Bloody hell. Just take a quick look here. Guys, one more subscriber. Who's going to be that lucky one till we get to 3,400? That's a good wee achievement. I'm currently at
why they are making AI browser face with tears of joy.
I am not sure. All it takes is one solid update from Chrome or someone to knock all that out the water, doesn't it? Considering that Google owns Chrome and also owns, not Claude, who do they own? So they own Gemini.
Google AI face with tears of joy is there in Chrome already.
Yeah, there you go.
In other words, Gemini.
So Google's saying as of 11 months ago that 25% of all code committed to their repos is now from AI.
I think Firefox is now alone rolling on the floor laughing.
Honestly, I might go to bloody Firefox here and that. Actually, I do use Firefox. I use both.
One with no AI.
Chrome just has way better web development tools, but I prefer Firefox a wee bit. Hey, we did it. 3,400 subs. Cheers, guys.
Boom. Like number 4. You're helping this project grow.
Not sure why it didn't update Kynto. I should say
there is some local browsers face with tears of joy.
Let me go ahead and just populate the chat here. I'm going to see if I can enable links so we can post a Discord link, and we'll get back to Python.
Which are better and fast than these big companies?
Yeah, OpenAI is not really impressing with Atlas. We're going to do an angry video on Atlas. How do I let links be a thing? I think it's in here. I was able to click a link in someone else's stream, but apparently you can't click links in mine. It makes no sense. Let me try it and you guys let me know.
Do you prefer AI voiceover in videos?
Ooh, I don't think so. But sometimes they can be so good you can barely tell.
5670 says Yahoo.
5670, good to see you. I remember you. Truex, we got 26 people watching tonight, which is pretty funny. We'll see how we perform tomorrow.
But what if they are edited like they become humanoid?
To be honest, I'll watch an AI video as long as the content is what I want to see. So, like, if you're looking to make a channel, I wouldn't talk you out of it. If the content's good, we'd watch it. 5670, the AI doesn't like how you're behaving. It will boot you. You can't come on someone's stream and tell them to shut up, man, and not get told to shut up yourself.
Yup, exactly. Rolling on the floor laughing. No one is going to understand it's AI if the content is suitable for them.
Yeah, and they're not going to care either, honestly. Alright. So now we've got this written, we could go ahead and write our WebSocket logic to actually execute all this. It's funny when you code something like this, like at first it's just all parts and pieces. TTS doesn't know how to read that. Like, your comment got through the system, but literally, I can't even read your characters. I don't even know what you call that. Arabic, but what would you call the Unicode for it? Let me Google it. It's called Arabic script, and it is supported in Unicode. It's pretty. The alphabet. I'm guessing it's alphabet, I don't know. Let my ignorance demonstrate itself. Alright.
SSSSFTYBJBS Krinof Bowie this Gravunko Chi JKL.
Truex, can you take care of 5670? I mean, he could get a permanent channel ban because it's not even funny. 5670. No one wants to ban you, but no, there you go, you got it. No, it looks like you got a warning 5670, so you're lucky.
Yeah.
But Truex edits could easily remove you from the channel completely. And there's multiple other mods that'll come on as well. We got Stuart out in Scotland, we got PH Designs, I think somewhere in North Carolina. And we have Dylan R in South Africa. So we've got all the time zones covered. Plus, as you folks can see, chat's moderated by AI, and we're implementing additional solutions now. And if you want to see how it works, just ask, I'll pull it all up. We'll process prompt, we extract a prompt.
Keep making the stream more peaceful if you are really interested, otherwise you can go like Power Skills face with tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing.
You know what's funny is last time Power Skills was on, remember he was offered to help as well? I'm like, man, I'll take the help. But some people can't behave, but I think Power Skills is better than 5670 because 5670 has never actually said anything. Like just beyond like no. And he'll be back. 5670 will be back. Oh no, I'm wrong because sometimes he comes in and he says Mr. Beast has donated 100. It's like thank you for the 100. That was pretty funny actually. See, there's a couple of folks in Kick. Make sure you're following and that.
I think he don't understand what we are talking, rolling on the floor laughing.
If we get some more traction on Kick, I'll turn on the live chat system. I have a whole system coded for Kick as well. I think we got like 6 followers in Kick, so big balling. Making a little bit more progress in Twitch, but it's mainly YouTube.
Amaze Pasta says, hey man.
Amaze Pasta, good to see you back, buddy. How are you doing?
Good afternoon from India.
Yes, I hope the weather's good. I'm not sure whereabouts in India you are. It's a gigantic place. It's some amazing spots. So you've got the bloody in the north, like you're practically in the Himalayas, aren't you? And you've got the rest of the bloody continent. Very cool. Can you do inline functions in Python?
Have you ever planned to coming to India for traveling and fun stuff?
You know, I'd love to one day. Looks. That would be a cool place to bring our avatars to. I know it's like India's no joke. Like it appears to be relatively safe, and a lot of great food. I love mushroom pakora, so. If someone was to go to India, where would you recommend they go visit? I'll be honest, a lot of people freak me out, too many people, but I think that's such a different world that I would adapt. But the north of India seems fascinating. Like I said. So Python has support for lambdas, but I remember them like being like one line or something. We won't use that here.
You should visit the mountain areas, the northern area, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu, and Kashmir. Some parts are safe.
Okay, fascinating. Yeah, no, that lines up with some of the research I've done in the country, just because we've got the elevation up there as well. We literally have glaciers that starts feeding the river Ganges. Super cool, and I know so little about it. But I've worked with some great people from over there. So we'll define this.
_cinnamon says, hey man.
Cinnamon, how are you, buddy? Welcome to the chat. How are you doing?
I'm pretty cooked.
Where you suggest me to go if I visit Scotland?
Cinnamon, hopefully in a good way, buddy. Hopefully that's a good cook, do you know what I mean? If you were to visit Scotland, well, so you've got Glencoe, so if you've seen Harry Potter, Hogwarts was essentially filmed up there. It's pretty cool. The Highlands in Scotland are awesome. And you've got the big cities, tons of history. Edinburgh is definitely a recommendation.
Yeah.
But I'd say check out.
I was trying to write a code for an assignment, then my power.
It's really dream place.
Oh, that's brutal, man. I hope you didn't lose your project or anything. I know it's hard to do. I don't know, if you're anything like
Harry
me, man, the
Potter's
procrastination. The procrastination makes work difficult enough, so you want that. Yeah, true. So that's Glencoe you'd want to look for. They still operate a steam train up there as well. Believe it or not. Oh, I forgot. In Python, when you're writing class methods, you always have to specify.
Reach far anyways, but it did save.
Good, man. In Python, when you implement methods in a class, you always have to put self as the first argument. I always find that kind of interesting. Kind of reminds me of Objective-C. I'm not too sure if you have to do that there, but it kind of reminds me of Objective-C, if that makes sense. What was the project assignment for your coursework? I'm curious. I'm assuming it's like coursework. But what have they got you coding or figuring out? Okay, so we need the WebSocket. So we're going to have to pass the WebSocket through our callback and then back into this. It's kind of weird, but like I said, guys, I'm very newbie in Python, so we're getting there. There's QGPT for all.
Northern places are always good for any place.
That's true. I think the only exception for that is maybe Florida. If you look up the Florida Keys, or you know where those are, but the Florida Keys are a special place. It almost looks like it doesn't belong to America. And they practically don't. Like, they're 90 miles from Cuba. I don't mean that America doesn't own them, I just mean that it seems like a completely different world. But for the most part, I'd say, yeah, northern. North is best, but that's part because I'm a northerner myself.
So I'm now learning how to code, and the assignment is to read 3 marks from a student and different courses from a file and find like the highest mark from a student and average mark from a course.
All right, that's a pretty good task. That's something you could absolutely be doing in like a job. You know, like if you get a feature request when you're programming for work, that's the sort of...
Have you ever been to Texas?
Truex edits. I've only been to Texas for the airport to transit somewhere else, but I really do want to explore more of the states here. I really want to go to North and South Carolina specifically. The Appalachian areas of America. Some really nice moderate climate, beautiful, super lush. What about you, Truex? What programming language are you using? Cinnamon. Let me know how I'm supposed to pronounce that.
One new subscriber.
There we go, 3400. Did it.
I gotta figure out how to read the file properly though, cause it just read like one.
Ah.
Using C++.
Interesting. You've got you using C++. We're actually going to do a code stream where I do C++, which is going to be funny. But we're going to be doing C++ and WebAssembly. So being able to run your C++ code, but in the web browser. And if there's anything we can do to help, let us know. Yeah, definitely.
Where else you have been in America?
Okay, so I used to work
showing Americas.
I used to work up in Seattle, which is Washington State. I've worked in California, San Diego, and I've been out to Napa Valley in California for work as well. And that's kind of the main ones. I've been to Georgia, specifically went to Stone Mountain. And then other than that, just like
LA.
Airports. Yep, been to LA. I've seen someone in a body bag right as I moved it. I drove into the city. Very, very crazy. LA is nuts. And there was a homeless guy that tried putting his arms around me. The place was nuts. Walked out in Hollywood Boulevard. The place was covered in smog, but I liked it. It was just intense. I was like 18 at the time. And then I went to SeaWorld there.
The file is like 32,944. Studented, 94. Mark 1, 39. Mark 2.
Everyone with arms rolling on the floor laughing, guns and fighters are found there.
Yeah, lots of stabbings and stuff. Quite dangerous. All right, let's take a look at Twitch. So that's a good question. Did they not specify like the format? Was it CSV, JSON? That's difficult.
So would in file greater than it work?
So let me get this clear. They didn't even standardize the format of the file. Like it's not like a spreadsheet or a CSV or a JSON file. I'm just trying to understand
Well,
exactly.
They said that they would give us the file 2 days before it's due.
Dude, that's brutal. You're kind of guessing. You have no idea
So
what
I made
to expect.
One to test with.
Okay, well that's smart. Yeah, so they're gonna have some sort of delimiter, but it could be a key value pair. Do you know what I mean? Like student 1 equals their mark, student 2 equals a mark. It could be a CSV. I'm thinking it's likely going to be a CSV, so maybe look at that. But that's smart, you're getting ahead of it. But without knowing what the file looks like, that's going to be hard for you. If you know what format the file was, that would be helpful. But yeah, they're making it harder than it has to be on you. I'll tell you that much. Python's already got pretty confusing, hasn't it, folks? We'll get through it.
I think it would be like the numbers next to each other separated by a space.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that makes me say CSV is because that's like the base. That's like what you could create a spreadsheet out of, is like a CSV file. So that's why I was thinking that. But I don't think it's hurtful to do what you're doing, because in the case of a CSV, it would just, the only difference would be it wouldn't be separated by space, it'd be separated by a comma. So I think you have good instinct here. So you should carry on with what you've got, honestly. No matter what, it looks like you're going to be doing some stuff.
I tried to write something, but it's not working. Loudly crying, loudly crying.
Can you put your code in like pastebin and post that into Twitch, and I can take a quick look? I don't know if you want to do that, but...
From the time you came up in day to now are coding, so are you doing it continuously, thinking face to took any break in between?
Oh yeah, Truex, I had a nice break tonight. I went out and spent some time with a friend. You actually seen the video of the tiny sailboat?
Say again.
I caught that over dinner. You can drop the code in like pastebin or pasty and put it in Twitch if you want me to actually look at your code. I'm happy to.
Yeah, where it headed to?
Truex, I don't know. It looked like the guy was coming in to get a beer, but he didn't. He just came right in and turned it around and sailed away on a tiny boat. Rolling on the
floor, laughing, really curious.
Yeah, that's why I had to grab a video of it. It was one of the smallest sailboats I've ever seen. And I thought, it's like, has he got like a motor on it? No. It was solely powered by sail. So yeah, it was a nice wee break tonight.
You got a Discord?
Yes, we do have a Discord. Let me drop the link in Twitch, if they let me do that. Alright, there you go, buddy. So one of the things I'm worried about sending all these token responses back over the WebSocket is the order getting messed up. So we might need some sort of way to specify the order. Rather than me trying to await everything, I think it'd be better to send, the order of the token as an int, and then we could figure that out when we actually get the response. And then we'll have an ID that contains the whole response. So I was starting to just like await everything. That seems dumb. You'll see me do this a lot when I code. Like I'll start coding a direction, I'll think about it, and I'm like, that's not what I want to do. If I'm moving too much code to make what I want possible.
So what's planned for tomorrow, thinking face?
I'm gonna work on editing a little bit more. I've got all my footage sorted, and I'm gonna get that sorted. Probably gonna put out just a vlog while I get the rest of the videos out. So you're gonna get a vlog, and we might record a video on Atlas, like a proper one. We could also charge up the VR headset and try out like a VTuber episode. That'd be kind of funny, because I have support for Kynto and the Quest headset, so we could do something like that. That was actually your idea, Trex, for the. Well, you suggested a penguin, but I'll show you what I've got. And then Dips wants to see how I coded the RTMP streaming on iPhone, so that's another option. And if all else fails, we'll just continue coding this, but I think I will do a day stream. And just to note, Truex, if this stream dies off too much tonight, I'll just kill the stream. I don't want it into the channel, but we've got almost 1,000 views. We're barely an hour in, so not bad. But it's clear we get a better response the earlier we do these streams, so that's something I'm taking to heart.
AVD?
AVD is low. I don't even want to say it.
And is it
It's the lowest
1,000
I've seen
already?
it. Yep, exactly. So if AVD doesn't improve, I'll literally have to end the stream just so we're in good shape for tomorrow. There's no point letting it burn up.
Can I send you the file directly?
You could do that in Discord. If you see my user's called CodeLock, and you could like DM me if you like. We'll take a quick look at your code before I make any decisions here. Oh, and tomorrow I'll be
People
replying
came
back
and
to...
some of them did sub and then they are like, we'll watch it later. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was just shocked today having so many subscribers from the day stream. I did not expect that. And the AVD was very high. It was like 2 minutes. Significantly higher than tonight.
ULLASH says hi.
What is going on, buddy? Welcome to the chat. How are you?
Just a heads up again im news so IDK asterisk 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 im doing really.
Oh, that's no problem. Trust me. You don't have to worry about that with me, man. I'm just happy you're coding.
Is this your
I know you're doing
project?
it in... Yes, yep. Yeah, you got any questions or you want to see how it works or anything, just let me know. There's a lot more
I
than
have
meets
seen
that.
penguin rolling on the floor laughing like I was suggesting to you. One is doing live stream by becoming penguin.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll become a penguin.
You make this, isn't it hard?
Yeah, so some parts of it are were quite difficult, but if you look at my channel, I've been live streaming for, I don't know, well over 6 to 8 months now, almost nightly. Sitting here coding it, add new features, and yeah, sometimes I struggle coding new things. But as I always say, like, it doesn't matter how much experience you have in coding. If you're brand new or you've been coding for 10 years, it's always going to be hard, but you just learn to become more confident in yourself that you'll figure it out, and you get rewarded internally. You get rewarded by that, and that will keep you going. And some things are more harder than others. So Yulash said, honestly, I like this type of channels. People make the projects and share the process. I mean, really, well, man, I appreciate you saying that, and I agree completely. I enjoy seeing people create and share the process as well, and that's one of the things that inspired me to get out here and show my project as well. Because, you know, I've been building stuff for a very long time and never really showed it to anyone, and it's really cool to...
I sent it.
Alright, let me copy that channel TrueX so I can check it. And then we're going to have a quick look at the code that was just sent over. See if we can do anything to help there.
How much time it take to make this project?
Oh man. Well, you can look at my channel. I created my channel 16 years ago, maybe, or maybe more now. One of the first videos, you can see that what looks like this project existed back then, but I didn't start YouTubing until maybe about a year ago. Just kind of let the channel sit there. And yeah, so it's a big question. The YouTube component, getting this to work with YouTube, maybe it took me about a month to really figure it out. But the whole project itself is very extensive. Like, just real quick, I've implemented my own screen sharing, my own camera sharing. It's a whole platform. Oh no, my mouse just died, guys. Shite. Let me look at this code with like out a mouse. Give me a second.
Man.
I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, if you can show your support in any way, I really appreciate that. We want to get more people on here. It helps keep me motivated as well. And just you coming on and saying that is huge as well, just so you know. Oh man, C++, what a thing to look at.
We need to add one thing in Kynto,
What's that, Truex?
known as progress bar.
Man, can you explain a wee bit, like, how that should be populated?
What's the Kynto party thing?
So Kynto Party is actually where you could check this out. You can actually join and click around and navigate and explore the world and actually build your own room. So you could build like a stream room and we could use it on stream if you like. Because it's not just on YouTube or Twitch or Kick, it's a whole little world. So taking a look at the C++ code, definitely see some issues.
So progress bar is like you set a target. For example, we need 50 subscribers today and it will show a progress bar loading with 1 subscriber. It moves forward and forward.
That's a great idea. I'm actually going to write that down. I'm literally just going to copy your message. That would be a good stream idea. That's something we could complete relatively easily.
And after completion it shows a partying face party popper state there.
Yeah, we could do some fireworks and stuff. That would be cool. All right, without going so crazy here,
This is a tough project.
It is, and take feedback and ideas, because there's also all sorts of chat commands, all sorts of stuff, and I love, man, you should see what I'm trying to code right now. I'm working in Python and I'm not too familiar with it. We're implementing our own local our own language models locally, and cinnamon. So there's a couple of issues I just see off the bat. So I'm just going to give you some feedback. I think there's an error with your while loop. I think that's technically resulting in an infinite loop. I'm not sure what errors you're getting thrown. I don't have a C++ compiler set up, so I can't execute this right now. I'd be running this, I'd be trying to compile it in WebAssembly, and that's not going to work. So I would definitely look at your while loop. I'm not going to pull your code up because it's your code and you didn't give me permission, so I'm not pulling it on screen. But definitely take a look at your while loop situation. I think it's resulting in an infinite loop. I don't think it's terminating.
In YouTube.
Let's take a look at the rest of it here. Okay, so you want to, okay, you're not writing the output file, you're just writing the results to the terminal, which is fine.
What if someone says a bad word in the chat? Will it speak in there?
That's a great question. So let me pull it up. I've implemented all sorts of filtering. So we have a bad word filter, which just matches against that. And then I also use a model API, like a moderation API, to essentially gauge if it's a good or bad comment. So I get a score back if it's violent, if it's threatening, if it's sexual, all those. And then based on the scoring of that chat, I'll decide if I'm going to pull it in or not. So that's a great question. That was one of my main concerns about having this system up, is ensuring that that wouldn't be an issue. I've had people try. Less than you'd expect. Most people are actually quite respectful. I think they kind of appreciate, you know, that I'm building this and stuff. But, you know, people are people.
Okay, I'll check out the while loop.
Yeah, definitely check out the while loop. Now I'm looking at your split logic to see what you've got going on there. How you're actually, you know, splitting up the spaces in the file to yeah, honestly, I would look at your split logic and your while loop. You really want to hammer down. So pull up some tutorials on, you know, splitting a string of text by a space and then looping over that, and I think that'd be very helpful.
Layering, not sure on the proper term. Am I on track or?
What about the layering? Not sure the proper term. If you want to refer to the actual bit of code, what you mean by layering, because I'm not sure what you mean. Let me look at the code again. Maybe you've got something there that would jump out. So I'm not too worried about your logic where you're actually,
I will check
you
your
know,
channel and see how much effort you put in this project.
Yeah, please do. So I recommend even just
like
the
moved form if then to a while.
So just real quick on checking the videos on my channel. If you look at the most recent video, it was posted 6 months ago, but I give a full breakdown on all the features that I implemented for the media sharing. All right, now let's look at Twitch so I can look how it moved. I'm an F2 a while and not like nesting. So you're talking about like your conditionals in your loop. Honestly, to make this simple, and this might sound crazy, But the first thing I would do would be remove all the logic you have where you're actually checking the marks if one's more than another. Remove all of that. You want to make sure you're first splitting properly. Output that to your terminal, and then you want to loop over the split values, and then you want to assign your, your student ID and then your student mark to two variables in that while loop, and then you're going to print that out. Just the best advice I can give you in coding: don't do too much at once. It's going to get confusing. You're not going to know where it's broken or why. So, like I said, you've already got the file opening. You're already loading that in. That's good. But you want to make sure that you're first splitting the file correctly based on the spaces, that you're extracting the student ID and the student grade or the student mark and populating two local variables, which you're then, putting out into the terminal. Once you confirm that's done, then yeah, go back and finish your logic for actually calculating whose mark's higher than others. That's the biggest advice I could give you, because it's really confusing to try and debug everything at once. Also, huge props for not.
I am going to send you full edited and made video. I hope that would be fine. Check if you want something else and let me know. Now sending the script I was working on for a 3 to 4 minutes long video.
Yeah, Truex, please feel free. But I hope that makes sense as far as the C++. Focus on the split, focus on looping over it and populating those two.
Hand pink waving.
Hey Dylan R, good to see you, buddy. How are you? You'll be coming into spring, right? Not too bad in subscribers tonight, guys. We've done okay. But I do need to find a bloody charger for my bloody mouse here. I'm gonna kill this for a second. We'll have a look because I might be crawling behind the camera. So be right back.
What have you been working on? Slightly smiling face.
Okay, I'll make the text file like 2 lines and see if I can print the numbers through variables first.
Hello Truex edits.
Alright folks, we should be back in business. Got a charger plugged into my mouse, but Dylan Art, great question what I'm working on. So tonight I'm working on Python. Because I'm implementing a local version of a language model that we can run on our own servers in the office here. So to do that, I need to jump into Python. So I've got all that working. It's executing the local model. We're able to use Qwen, which is Alibaba's AI model for code. And we're going to use that for people to help make Kynto plugins. But to do all that, I'm hooking it into the WebSocket system that I created for Kynto. So a lot of stuff going on here.
Dylan,
I'm quite excited about
smiling.
it.
Oh cool.
Dylan R, have you been working on anything interesting? I know you were going to do the school's website, but I don't think you ended up doing that, right?
I am having slight time off from studying and came across your live stream.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you stopping by, buddy. I know you're still keeping an eye on the Discord. I appreciate that. That's pretty good, Truex edits.
No, I chickened off from the website idea from the school to many red flags.
Let me know.
Never even heard of the Ladybird browser, let's see. Oh, that's fair enough, Donna. You have to know when to say no. That's an important skill. You may as well start developing that now. It sounds like you are.
Have you implemented any new chat commands beaming face with smiling eyes?
Oh yeah, so you've got a help command now, so if you type help in the chat, it'll trigger all these. You can make your avatar grow, you can make it crawl, you can make it shrink. Those are the main new ones. And you can also float. And yeah, Dylan, if you've got any more ideas for chat commands, please do let me know. I'm kind of interested about Ladybird, by the way.
Code Wizard says flushed.
I appreciate that. I love this keyboard. Code Wizard, good to see you. Maybe you can help me with my crappy Python. How are you doing, buddy? Welcome to the chat.
Hello, Code Wizard.
Dropping into Python tonight because I have to in order to implement local language models here. So we're hooking it up to my WebSockets server so it can feed in the responses. So we can tie it into this whole system that you're chatting to us all through.
So what's your views, suggestions, or anything related to the script I came up with?
Let's finish reading that. I like that you got the Benjamin Franklin quote in there, Truex. That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good, man. If you want me to go ahead and read that as a video, we could try it. Why not? What you'd have to give me is a thumbnail, a title, and a description. And yeah, we'll try it. I'll shoot your script. I think it's good.
Hello, Dylan.
I don't think there's too much I'd add to it right now. My natural reaction
chat is offline, squinting face with tongue. You might want to link it.
Ooh, sure, let me go ahead and activate that. Good call. Dylan R, that's because I've not had you about. Ooh, Dylan R. Did you know that I coded the PSP chat? It works in the PSP now. I don't have it turned on, but we do have the avatars all working on PSP, so I think you missed that as well. You know me, I'm constantly coding. Alright, there we go, we have Discord. Let's populate the live links. Don't know how long we'll be on tonight, but let's fire it out. I should have sent a notification out. Just because Dylan R, you're in the chat, we'll go ahead and activate PSP. I think you would like to see that. We'll take a break on Python. Hop back into JavaScript. All right. So our server's down.
Also, the whole Kynto project runs on the PSP.
Well, not all of it, but the chat does.
Discord _Merbros15 says hello.
So Dylan R, a little bit of information on the PSP. The console itself was released 20 years ago and has 32 megabytes of RAM, 2 megabytes are allocated to the browser. 2 megabytes. That mountain that you see in the room is bigger than 2 megabytes. So I've had to do some crazy stuff to make it work. Also, the JavaScript implementation is abhorrent. So it's a wonder that I've got anything to display on it. So let's just boot it up so I can prove I even did it in the first place.
Please, what are you doing?
Code Wizard. Right now I'm about to demonstrate the PSP project, Dylan R, but before that I was doing some Python. Every night we're coding new stuff, Code Wizard, so it's all over the place. But the system
you seem sick.
Oh, I'm very sick, buddy. Sick and tired of you.
MB that's a big achievement.
Milash, why are you being mean, buddy? It's 4 in the morning.
I think we are distracting him.
Alright, so we have to log in here and we have to activate a chat on the local here. That sounds good to me, Truex. So let's just activate YouTube and we'll activate Discord for Dylan to mess with. Alright, here we go. There we go. We have chat and PSP. So if you do move your avatar on the screen, it will move it on the PSP. Everything's kind of bundled together because everyone's in the same area. But this is live. If you type on Discord, it'll show up here. Yeah, Truex has been a great help on the channel. Always looking for ways to help and just helping the channel grow. Much appreciated. So Dylan R, the move command was changed to exclamation point to match with everyone else. Let me type it for you. Uh-oh, did we lose YouTube tokens? I think we did. Alright, we ran out of tokens tonight, guys, on YouTube over here. So we have it on local and we have it on PSP, but we don't have the chat readouts. Most annoying. Well, let's switch over to the backup. This is probably like one of the biggest hindrances of the growth of the channel, but I do have a backup solution. I just need to, I guess, spend tomorrow setting it all up. May activate this so we'll at least have chat. Well, we got backup. You might be stuck.
Code
There might be enough.
says in YouTube.
Alright, I don't think it will trigger the in YouTube stuff, it only updates your chat messages here. So I'll just do movement, but let me move around in the room so you can see it. Give me a second here. Remember, it's not ideal, but the fact is it does work. Let me move around. You should see my avatar
That's
moving
cool
around
that
in
the
a
PSP
second.
is working flawlessly.
It's working pretty close. There's more I could do to improve it, but the fact it works at all is a huge accomplishment. Like I said, it's very, very slow, and very few games were even made for the PSP web browser just because of the RAM limitations. They're quite severe. Alright, you see my character moving around though, he's kind of teleporting around. There he is.
Hello from PSP.
There you go, you see it just updated there. So now if I move down, I'll move over a little bit. Let's see. There he is.
I have a funny idea. You sold get a Game Boy and its link cable and run Kynto on it.
Oof, brutal. I've seen some really cool projects done on Game Boy though. Someone got GTA working on the Game Boy by streaming it over the internet to a fake cartridge and then just displaying the GTA output.
So you are okay with sending me the voiceover, right?
Yeah, Truex, definitely. That's not a problem. What I'm gonna do, because Ulash said I'm sick, I'm gonna get some soup in a moment. Yeah, let me see if I can find this video, Dylan. You would appreciate it. Alright, this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Which video?
Alright.
Thinking face.
About to pull up right now. So he's a popular YouTuber and he deserves to be, that's for sure. We'll just show a couple of basic clips here. Once the ad's complete. Hopefully you don't hear ads. Okay, good. Alright, so that's the Game Boy. And he's literally streaming. Look how bad the screen is.
Beaming face with smiling eyes.
I'm not sick, it's just 4 in the morning, Dylan. But I do have some super crusty bread that I would like to destroy. But yeah, you can literally see. So he implemented GTA 5 in the Game Boy. Here's the trick. You don't do any of the processing.
LOL, I hear no ads.
You don't do any YouTube. See, it's funny because the comments actually affect what I'm going to say. But he's not doing any of the processing in the game on the Game Boy. All he's doing is using it as a dumb terminal. So he's streaming basically the pixels to the Game Boy, and then that cartridge is just telling the Game Boy screen where to put them. Incredibly good. The YouTuber is called Mr. Boss FTW, and he is a boss. He's completely a boss. I'm not sure why he has all this in there, but this is interesting bits. Go check that out. And I think he has a video on where he actually codes it. Maybe it was him that coded it. I hope it was. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, go give him a subscribe. Let him know that I sent you. Mr. Boss FTW. That's the sort of stuff I want to mess with, guys. Oh, great question. Wait, he only got 26,000 views on it, guys. But he has 3.2 million subscribers. Why does he only have 20?
Cool. My username is MR Brothers, hahaha, so similar to MR Boss.
Guys, I'm pissed off he only has 26,000 views on it. That's a shame. Why? See, man, it's the coolest things that don't get the attention that they deserve. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Like, I struggle with that one. Maybe it wasn't him. Let's find out the actual channel it belongs to. Okay, so actually, I think this was a channel creator. I may have sent you it's the wrong one. This one has 1.4 million views, and this actually shows you how he did it. So this is their ought to be.
Well, one day that VID might.
Only 26k face with tears of joy. That shows the subscribers' mindset must be like, give us that for free, rolling on the floor laughing, or else we are not interested.
Yeah, so I think that guy just kind of took his video. It looks like this is the one that coded it, because he actually shows you how he did it. This is really good video. Highly recommend you watch it. It's called There Ought to Be. And just look up streaming GTA 5 to a Game Boy via Wi-Fi cartridge. Really, really cool stuff. Really cool. He really had to understand how the Game Boy worked to do this. Incredibly impressive. Look, he has an oscilloscope, like, to really figure this out. Absolutely incredible. This guy is a genius. There's angry video game nerd. There's YouTube in there. Yeah. Please do. Like I said, let him know that CodeLock sent you. Oh man, it's so good. Huge respect. Huge respect.
That's great.
100%. So TrueX edits, 1300 views tonight in this video.
Wait, now it was YT and YT and YT LOL, as he had YT in the Game Boy.
Yes, he did. TrueX edits. So we got 1300 views on this stream tonight, and then we had almost 1,000 on the stream we did during the day. So slowly starting to pick up here. But believe it or not, we got more subscribers during the day than we did tonight. But I think tonight, in total, including today and tonight, I think we are up 30 subscribers. So, very good. I am losing my voice a wee bit though, so I'll be shutting this down momentarily, but I will be back on during the day. AVD, just under 30 seconds. So we were much higher during the day, much higher, by 4 times.
How long have you been streaming?
Dylan, the stream has been running for an hour and 45 minutes. And then we did a stream earlier today for just about an hour. And that was really good. How are we doing on battery? We're doing fine. Oh, that's another thing, Dylan. I got a really nice new camera. Really nice. It's let me actually shoot proper videos. I have it dim and dark because we know we're doing a nighttime stream here, but it's a great camera. I love it. Anything else we can pull from here? Yeah, guys, just a quick reminder, there's Discord links in the video description and my YouTube profile. There's also a handful of videos where you see me kind of highlight features of this, where I try to do long form stuff.
Well, that's great value for the amount of subscribers you got and time you put in.
Yeah, Dylan, it's not been bad. And you were around, I was telling TrueX about this, you were around when we didn't have very many people interacting at all. So, and tonight's been a wee bit quiet. We've not had a ton of people on, but we've had some great conversations. I'm glad that you could see the rest of it. And we have some other regulars that hop on, like PH Designs. He's usually on for each stream. But I just need to get on earlier for the night streams to catch him.
Face with smiling eyes.
So are you ending?
Yeah, I think so, TrueX. Is there any last words before I shut this down? I mean, we still have more people coming on. There's people streaming in, but I feel like that would go all night. We'll stick around a couple of minutes till we get to 1300 total. Then I'm gonna go melt some mozzarella and tomato soup and eat that with crusty bread. I can't wait.
Yeah, face with tears of joy, let's make that.
Yeah, so we're 2 away now. I just hopped up. And Truex edits, great suggestion on this. Great suggestion on the subscriber bar, progress bar. But yeah, today, if you tally everything up, that was almost 2,000 views on these streams today. So that's pretty cool.
I want to ask, you're Scottish, right?
Yeah, Dylan, I'm Scottish. I've lived in Florida half my life, but that's where I'm from. And now we're at 1311. Awesome. All right. Cinnamon, if you're still listening on Twitch, good luck with your project. Please do keep me updated. Where you
belong from.
Keep me updated. Let me know how you get, how you move forward. Let me know that you're able to do what I said. It's, fixing your while loop and fixing your splitting of your input file. Pretty awesome. South Africa's got some of the most dramatic landscapes I've ever seen, like from pictures and videos. There's a YouTuber called Itchy Boots who motorcycles through Africa.
To fix it,
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Wait, is there? Oh, okay, because it should come through here.
What you mean by splitting there?
So the splitting just means that,
but can also talk English.
The splitting means extracting basically the splitting by the space, so you can extract those values, and then assigning the student ID and the mark to 2 local variables. So that's what I mean by the splitting. Yeah, Afrikaans is definitely its own culture with its own language, which diverged quite a bit from Dutch, I believe. Also, Dylan R was telling me about some awesome food before. They like their barbecue. 22 people watching. I'm trying to shut this bloody stream down. What's happening? All right, folks. Make sure you're subscribed.
It's amazing. Must have your own language and cultures.
How do you use AI to only do one job? Like for, say, filtered chats?
Ooh, that's a good question, Dylan. You're gonna have to come back for the answer for that, but I'm gonna write that down.
I got the first part, DONE.
So that's a great question, Dylan. Dylan asked, how do we use AI for like single purpose, like I did for the moderation here? And it's funny you're asking that because I'm implementing our own language model locally to run on local computers here. So I could probably do an actual video on that. So any more questions before I roll out or anything I should write down? Truex Edits is looking for a voiceover for his video script. I can help him out with that. Anything else before we drop?
Truex Edits.
Send toy on Discord.
Mr. Dexter says woo 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 woo.
Alright, Power Skills. I'm still waiting for that video, buddy, but you came on just in time. I'm about to leave, bud. Good to see you, Power Skills. Hope everything's well. Alright. Mr. Dexter didn't last long. Power Skills, get in the Discord if you want to help me with that bloody video, man. I'm serious.
Face with tears of joy.
That's the only type of spam that I've not coded support for, is repeating characters, which is one of the easier types. So let me write that down.
That little part fried my brain too much. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
See ya waving hand light skin tone.
See you guys. Have a great one. Have a great day.
Sleep, FR.
Yes, please go to sleep. It'll be clearer for you tomorrow. I promise you. I've done this many times myself, where I stay up, try to solve a problem, and I just end up with red eyes,
See you.
suffering. It's good to see you, Dylan. Thank you for hopping on. All right, folks. And Power Skills, I know you're there, buddy. You have a great one too. Okay. All right.